Instantly, Holly snapped back to attention. How could she have let her position slip like that? She really needed to pay more attention. "Rise up through your spines, girls." Holly's legs and arms were aching with the effort of holding the position, and she noticed a few girls letting go and sighing as they flopped forward. "Lower the leg and claws in fifth," instructed Madame Zaza. Then after a few seconds she added, "and relax." There were sighs of relief from all around the studio, and someone even mumbled, "It's impossible." But Madame Zaza didn't take any notice. "It is important to keep the hip down," she went on, demonstrating the balance. "Not like this." Even in the wrong position, Madame Zaza still looked wonderful and graceful. "And now, girls, I shall give you a sequence of steps that the fairy godmother dances in Cinderella. Get ready to pay close attention. Pas de chat, chassez, dégagez." Brilliant, Holly thought. Pleased there would be another opportunity to hold the balance at the end of the sequence. I'll try really hard to do it well. She started picturing herself with a nice, straight, supporting leg, but then realised Madame Zaza was talking again. "Right, one row at a time, and we'll start with the front row." Holly went forward to take a position, feeling a flutter of panic in her stomach. She'd only taken in the first few steps that Madame Zaza had set, and now she had to dance the whole sequence. The music started, and her eyes darted to the right as she tried to copy Chloe. But it was no good. She was falling behind the beat, and her face was getting hotter and hotter under Madame Zaza's intense gaze. Her row didn't even finish the exercise before Madame Zaza clapped her hands and told them to stop. "Holly, I won't tell you again about daydreaming in class." For a moment, Holly felt a flash of irritation, but she fought it off. Madame Zaza was right to tell her off. She should have been concentrating more. As the other rows each took a turn at the steps, Madame Zaza's correction seemed to ring out more and more. Then she took a deep breath and said, "Oh, take a short break, girls. We will try again in a few moments." Some of the students went off to the toilets and others to the changing rooms. Holly hung back a bit because she wanted to try out the steps again, but Chloe took her hand and the two girls went outside into the corridor. "I'll catch up with you in a sec," Holly told her friend as she bent down to rub a dirty mark off her pale pink tights. As Chloe hurried off lightly, Holly suddenly noticed her ballet shoes. Was it her imagination, or were they brighter red than usual? They were sparkling, and now her feet began to tingle too. That could only mean one thing. It was happening again, right here, right in the middle of class. She was on her way to Enchantia. Chapter 2. A Special Gift. A rainbow of colours began to swirl around Holly's feet and rose higher, lifting her up till she was spinning. She felt as though she was swirling through the air until quite suddenly she landed. The rainbow dissolved into sparkling silver and gold, and she found herself inside a palace at the edge of a grand hall. It wasn't the royal palace belonging to King Tristan and Queen Isabella that she had visited before. This one was quite different. The hall was buzzing with activity, and there seemed to be all sorts of preparations going on. Servants were rushing back and forth from the kitchen to the hall carrying china dishes, silver cutlery, lacy napkins, elegant mats and sparkling glasses. Holly's eyes flickered to the wide archway that led through to the white and gold ballroom. The floor looked so shiny, and the crystal chandeliers were glistening and twinkling. Flowers were being arranged in enormous vases fixed to the walls. What was going on?
"Oh, you're here! That's brilliant!"
Holly swung round to see her friend, the white cat, dancing over towards her. "Cat!" she cried in delight as they hugged each other. "What's going on?" she asked. "Whose is this palace?"
Questions, the white cat laughed. "Well, first things first, the palace belongs to Cinderella and Prince Charming, and as for what's going on, well, today is the christening of their little baby Pearl. Look, here she is now. Come and take a peep."